Prove this. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. That Grand Rising, that thing became popular. That took over like a whole brand new wave. They said we don't like Good Morning, we like Grand Rising. That sounded like royalty. Last week somebody said elevated awakening or something like that. I said, look at this. We getting real creative with this morning stuff, man, and that's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Nah, for sure, for sure. Top of the morning, y'all. Got this bright light on. Let me turn this down. It's still a little early. It's still a little early. On the one scale of 1 through 10, how's your mindset doing this morning? How we feeling this morning? How did we wake up feeling today? 1 to 10. Let me know in the chat how we feeling this morning. Do we got some tens? Oh yeah, we got a 10 for sure. Okay. We got two tens. Okay. How we feeling? How are we feeling in the morning? Okay, so for those who ain't put no number in the chat, man, it sound like y'all don't want to talk about it today. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Hmm. The reality is, we can either choose to or not choose to. And that was just based on last week. Last week we talked about choices. Um, and the choice is simple. You choose to do so. We got another 10. That's good. That's good. We on 10, y'all. Let me go ahead and hit Wanda. Top of the morning, top of the morning. Preferred morning greeting in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10. How is your mindset this morning? Scale of 1 to 10. Last week we talked about choices. This week we're gonna dissect the decision. We're gonna be making some decisions this week, y'all. Choices is cool, but we don't make choices until we make decisions. Grand Rising, look, I told you, look, there I go right there again. Grand Rising. That's the most popular greeting. That's the most popular one, y'all. All right, look, before we get into anything, y'all know I like to read to y'all. And I do things just a little bit different. I like to read to y'all. So today I'm gonna read to y'all from this book. It's called The 12-Week Year, and it's out of the first chapter. And Thomas Edison, he said, if we did things different, we are capable. Nope. He said, if we did the things we are capable of doing, I'm always trying to be different. If we did the things we are capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. This was this man, Thomas Edison said, and I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to say 7, but 10 because I'm not stopping. Okay, then. Love that. I love that. We're going to heart that. Once again, Thomas Edison quoted, he said, if we did the things we are capable of doing, we would literally astound ourselves. Like Coach Reem was right on point when she said, look, I'm not stopping, right? Because she's capable of keep going. You wouldn't have the ability to astound yourself if you was just, I'm gonna quit. I'm not gonna do the things that I'm capable of doing. So by doing the things you're capable of doing, you will for sure astound yourself. I'm gonna just go ahead and put this out there for you. Like you're gonna have an amazing day. Today is gonna be a 10 for you, right? All you have to do is claim that. Hello, I am online, but I have to take a call. That's cool. Handle your business, handle your business. All right, say, I agree with Stephen Pressfield, the author of The War of Art, that most of us have two lives, the lives we live and the lives we are capable of living. It is the latter that intrigues me. It's the life, right? He says, I believe that we all deeply desire. It's the life that we all deeply desire. And then he goes on to say, it's the life that we know exists somewhere deep inside us that we wish we could actualize. This life isn't driven by the you who settles or gives in to procrastination and doubt, but by the optimal you, the best you, the confident you, the healthy you, the you who shows up with your best stuff, making things happen, making a difference, living a life of significance. If you know how to spell it, put significance in the chat, right? Because we go around doing things that are insignificant, things that don't matter. We just doing whatever. Then we just simply making choices. So all we doing is making choices on the whim. But when we making decisions, we're doing things that are significant, right? Because decisions matter. Decisions are heavy. Decisions are weighty. But how many of us feel like we have two lives. Like we have the life that we're living, but then inside of us, there's a life that we know that we would rather be living. There's something that there's something we're living for. There's somewhere where we want to get to, right? And it's not the current state in our life right now. But if for whatever reason we feel like we're trapped, we feel like we may be stuck. We feel like there's another life that we deserve, right? Like we haven't obtained it yet. And that's you. You know what I'm talking about. If you can identify, if you could resonate to some degree, put me in the chat. Top of the morning, Deontay. 1 to 10, how your mindset feeling? 1 to 10, let us know, right? Right? Because oftentimes we feel like we deserve better, right? Or at least we're not getting the like that we deserve. Okay, we had an 8. We're gonna get you to a 10 today, y'all. So today we're talking about decisions, right? Now, the reason why I wanted to go with decisions is because when we talked about choice last week, I don't want to get it misconstrued because there's a lot of people that think that, making a choice and making a decision are like one and the same, and they're not. They're absolutely not. A choice happens in the moment, right? Like you get hungry, you choose what to eat. Like if you tired, you choose if you want to take a nap or not. Choices are reactive. They respond to what's ever in front of you, right? Car slam on the brakes. You choose to swerve around it or stop or slam on your brakes. You got to make a split choice. They call it a split decision, but you got to make a split choice or a quick choice, right? And a decision is different. A decision happens before that moment. Like when everything is calm, when you can think clearly, when you can see the full picture, and then you make a real decision, you cut everything else off, right? So the Latin word from etymology, the word decide, it actually means like to cut off. Like you got to drop everything else. So when you decide something, there's no going back. If you choose, you can choose different. When you decide, that's to be final, right? So if you still got a backup plan on your life, if you still living two different lives, then you're still entertaining the option, right? You still got one foot in and one foot out. You haven't really decided yet. You just been choosing. And choosing day by day is not going to get you to the life that you want to have ultimately, right? And so, like Coach Reem said, like I'm at a 7, but yeah, I'm gonna call it a 10 because I'm gonna keep going. She already made that decision, right? You could tell that wasn't a choice. She didn't just choose to just say that because it sounded cute. That was already a decision that's been made. Because you don't just wake up today and say, I'm just gonna keep going today. Why today out of all days, right? That was a decision. And the willpower from that decision propels her forward, keeps her moving forward. I'm in alignment with my journey. That's good. That's good. We got to stay in alignment. Alignment is key. So I'm gonna play the video and I want you to watch this and I just want you to take in, right? Don't really analyze it yet and just watch it. It's under a minute long. And of course, I'm gonna play it more than once. Um, it's a real good video, a real good video. I really appreciate it and I really enjoy it. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Share my screen, child. My crazy screen. The unknown future. Let me know if you can hear that. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it. And trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Zoom be acting crazy with me sometimes, y'all. Oh, you can hear? Okay, cool. All right, cool. Let's put that back on. 3, stop looking for your happy. 4 things you have to stop doing immediately. Most people ignore the last one, and I'm going to explain to you how the 4th one is stronger than you realize. 1, stop regretting the past. What's done is done. You can't change what's already happened, but you can use the lessons to move forward. 2, stop worrying about the future. Free yourself from worrying about the unknown future and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. 3, stop looking for your happiness in other people. True happiness comes from within, and when you find it, everything else falls into place. 4th, stop underestimating your inner strength. You're stronger than you think.
Believe in your abilities and embrace your resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and grow. Four things you have to stop. Four
things, y'all. Four things, y'all. You said four things, right? So I wanted y'all to watch that, but I didn't want y'all to dissect that. Not yet. I just wanted y'all to watch that, listen to what he was saying. And we always play the video twice. So I'm gonna play the video again. But this time, when I play this video this time around, Zay, top of the morning, how you feeling? How your mindset feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? Let us know in the chat, please. This time when I play this video, I want you to count in your head how many of these four things, or how many of these four behaviors rather, that you're still doing. And I want you to be completely honest with yourself, right? It's a list of four. This is a safe room. It's a very safe, it's a very intimate room. And we don't do no lying here. I want you to put the number in the chat when it's done. How many of four do you still do?
things you have to stop doing immediately. Four things you have to stop doing immediately. Most people ignore the last one. And I'm going to explain to you how the fourth one is stronger than you realize. One, stop regretting the past. What's done is done. You can't change what's already happened, but you can use the lessons to move forward. Two, stop worrying about the future. Free yourself from worrying about the unknown future and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Three, stop looking for your happiness in other people. True happiness comes from within, and when you find it, everything else falls into place. Fourth, stop underestimating your inner strength. You're stronger than you think. Believe in your abilities and embrace your resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and grow.
Learn, grow, and grow, y'all. Learn, grow, and grow, he says. Put it in the chat. Two of them, you still doing two of them? 6.5 or 7. Oh, yeah, we got to get you there. We're going to get you there, Zed. We're going to get you there. It's going to be a 10 for you today. It's going to be a 10 for you today. 0. Okay, Griffey, you perfect. You perfect, Griffey. Like, if I scroll back up, we see that you said you was in alignment with your journey, and now you don't have none of those behaviors. So you perfect. Okay, 2 of them. Okay. 2 of them. Good, good. Anybody else? Anybody else? How many of these things are we still doing? Do I got to run it back? Did you miss it? Did you miss it? Did you miss it? You need me to run it back? Run it back in the chat. Put again in the chat. This is extremely important. Extremely important. If you're doing all 4 of them, there you go. I know somebody was doing all 4 of them. Love the honesty. 2. Okay, cool. Cool. Got it. Now look, I'm gonna ask somebody, a very bold somebody, to break this down and let me know that what you think about this video. What do you think it means? What do you think, or what do you get? What is your take from this video? And before I put y'all on the spot and allow one of you guys to come boldly dissect this video, I'm gonna replay it one more time. Look, read it on point. She already know what time it is. I'm gonna replay this one more time and really, really listen to what he's saying, because I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say something that I saw out the gate. The first thing he said was the past. Right after that, he said the future. Right after that, he said with everybody else, your happiness in everybody else, right? So we got the past and the future, but I'm gonna replay it one more time and see what y'all get out of this one.
Four things you have to stop doing immediately. Most people ignore the last one, and I'm going to explain to you how the fourth one is stronger than you realize. One, stop regretting the past. What's done is done. You can't change what's already happened, but you can use the lessons to move forward. Two, stop worrying about the future. Free yourself from worrying about the unknown future and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Three, stop looking for your happiness in other people. True happiness comes from within, and when you find it, everything else falls into place. Fourth, stop underestimating your inner strength. You're stronger than you think. Believe in your abilities and embrace your resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and grow.
All right, y'all, let's get it. Let's get it, man. Who want it? Who want this one, man? Who feel like they gotta just break this one down? Who feel like they gonna break this down? Huh?
Hey, look.
I
First
already
of all,
knew. I already knew.
worry.
I
Yeah,
already knew who was coming.
yeah, you knew it. You
I
knew it.
already know.
I put alignment
Uh
with
huh.
my journey, right?
Uh
I
huh.
put zero, but that does not mean perfect. It means discipline.
That part.
I've been through enough in a lifetime. Man, I'm telling you, my journey, I was a grown man when I was 11. I'm putting it that way. So my thing is worrying about the past, it's not going to change, and that's true. But you learn from what you consider a loss to be a lesson. That's how I got better. That's how I got stronger. Look, when I told you I ran away from home, I don't know too many things that I have not been through. And as far as the unknown future, why worry about that? You can't make things change. You can think things into existence. You can head in that direction, but it doesn't always turn out your way. I've learned that over the years. I'm 56, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as true happiness, I don't depend on others to make me happy. I have my inner peace. I have my inner happiness. See, I can sit alone. I don't have to have a crowd. I don't have to have anything or anybody around. Nothing needs, I need nothing to make me happy. That's just who genuinely I am. And that's how I make progress in life. As far as growing and growing, look, man, I don't stop. Look, I'm here to help people. I've been a supporter in just about any aspect, and I'm just going to keep on going. I don't stop, man. I didn't meet my mother all over again until I was 24 years old. She saw a man at the door. She didn't know who it was. It was me.
Hmm.
So I'm just breaking that down, just short and brief, just off of the four topics of, what the Denzel video is saying. But yeah, man, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm just saying that I've been through that. I see those are the things that would have held me back if I would have held those things in regards like they were obstacles, but they not. They were hurdles,
Right,
you
right,
know.
right,
And I
right.
just keep leaping. I keep leaping.
And
I'm
that's
done.
so good. That's so good. Hey, that's so good. I love how you presented that. Right. First of all, we're gonna debunk the theory. He said, look, I put zero. It don't mean perfect. Don't be calling me perfect, man. Don't be picking on me. I ain't never said I'm perfect, but I know who I am. I know where I'm at. I've been through enough in this journey and this thing called life to understand exactly where I'm at. Right. And so here's the thing, and this is what I love about that is because oftentimes people would lean towards the crowd, right? If it's 100 people on the street and 99 of them start running to the left and you number 100, 9 times out of 10, you would start running left, not even knowing what the hell we all running for, right? We just gonna take our, oh, they all running, we must be running. To stay grounded, to stay rooted, and to say, nah, this is where I'm at. This is what I, just how I feel. I am in alignment, and not to get that positioning is powerful. That means that the decision was already made. Like you know a thing or two about decision. And the way that you broke that down for the hip with the stories and attachments to it, and we're gonna unpack them later on as because you pointed out some things, some keynote things, about moms, we the homelessness and all those different type of things. This is a man that actually been through some things. This is a man that had to make decisions, right? He had to make decisions. Like he made choices first. He was young. He was 11 years old. But through them choices, he made decisions. And after he made his decision, then he made better choices. Love that. Love that. We got I think we had Coach Reed with her hand up. If you want to share, go ahead and come off mute. I couldn't find the room. What I missed? Oh, you mean you missed it all. You missed it all. First of all,
I
you gotta
mean,
let us know 1 through 10 how you feeling in the chat. Go ahead, Coach Reed.
basically, from what I got from it was staying present is the best way to actually move forward. Because if you're constantly stuck in the past, it's like walking around with weights on your shoulders trying to get through life. If you're constantly looking at the future, you're missing the things that are actually happening right now
Mhm.
because you're so focused on what could be rather than what actually is right now. So you're always trying to meet a person that you don't even know is going to come to fruition. And what I mean is, you could make You could make seven figures, right? But if you have a certain vision, it may not get to that vision the way that you see it. Like you may still get there the way that you, let me rephrase that. You'll get there, but it may not be the direction you thought you were going. It may
Mm,
be something you have to pivot to get there. But if you're constantly like, oh, this is exactly how I want to do it, it may not be exactly that way. But if you're so focused on the future, the present is going to look like, okay, well, this is not working and I'm always unhappy.
wow.
And then as far as like something that was said about how you view yourself, like you're stronger than you believe, a lot of us are our biggest critics. We think that we're not good enough, we're not doing enough, we're not, capable of achieving XYZ, or maybe we're not the person that's meant to hold it. And I think that once we let go of the idea, I'm gonna rephrase that too. Once we start viewing ourselves the way we view other people, we give people opportunities and chances and we see them as human, and they make mistakes and they make decisions and they pivot. When we start to see ourselves like that, it'll be a lot easier for us to actually see the strength that we carry.
Mm, that's deep. That's deep. Coach Reem went in. They call that limiting beliefs. A lot of us got limited beliefs. Now, I appreciate you. I thank you for sharing that, man. That was so good. That was so good. I'm gonna be dissecting that one for a minute. Limited beliefs, y'all. Those are the things that hold us back when we don't even understand that they're holding us back. And she perfectly unpacked number four in that because we often do that. Like that was three and four. Like we look into others for our happiness. Like why are we trying to find joy in somebody else or trying to find approval in someone else? I remember when I made that decision. I made a decision. I said, you know what, man, I really don't give a damn what other people are thinking or feeling about the direction that I'm going with my life. I really don't. Because see, what I realize is that most people don't even know really who they are, first of all. Second of all, what they want, let alone what they need, right? So I'm going around trying to find joy or trying to appease a person or people that don't even know who the hell they are. And in turn, at the same time, like I'm losing myself trying to do that. Like it's just not gonna happen, right? So like we really literally gotta make a decision to do better. I remember when I was a kid and I didn't have it all, right? I come from poverty. Like we hear that same old story, but it's a reality, right? It's my reality, right? And so I'm not gonna say all the typical things that people say. We was eating noodles and sitting on the floor and boiling water for the bathtub. Though I did all of those things. One of the things that I always remember is when I would get dropped off at school. Like I was so embarrassed of the car that my mother had. Like me and my little sister, we'd be like, "Nah, don't drop us off in front of the school. Drop us off at the corner, and we'll walk." Right? Just having that mindset as a little boy, as a little kid in grade school. Drop us off at the corner, mama. And like when we was running late, she got to get us there, right? She pull up in front of that school, we ducking. Like hell no, you better keep going. Pull up down the street, son. We're not finna get out the like, nah. We're not finna have these kids talking about us and our mama bucket. That's not finna happen, right? But here's the thing. I remember because I used to get hand-me-down clothes and stuff like that, right? I didn't have the name brands, and I used to wear the swap meet clothes and all that stuff to school. And people would try to talk about my clothes. They'll laugh, right? Oh, look at this dude's shoes. They leaning to the side. I ain't really like that, right? I didn't like that. I got jokes. I could joke back, but it's like, why the hell every time I come around, I got to be the butt of the joke, right? It's easy. You just don't go over there where they trying to joke on me at. I don't have to go there. I don't have to be around those people, right? Because that stuff carry into adulthood. We find ourselves in all type of situations. For example, maybe an abusive relationship or something like that, a relationship we don't want to be in, right? Like if we being honest, you ever been in a situation where you was like, man, I'ma leave. Like I'ma leave you. I'm gonna get on, right? Why you had to warn the person that you want to leave because you're unhappy. Think about it. It's like you asking for permission, like to not be in that relationship. If it doesn't serve you, if you don't want to be there, why is it every time you feel like it's checkout time, you got to go check in? I got to check in before I check out. Hey, man, I really don't appreciate it. Like, I'm about to leave. I don't want this relationship no more, right? That's that psychology. Like, we got to make a decision. And when we make a decision, we make better choices. I'm going to decide for myself that I need better, that I'm going to do better, that I have to have better. And then another thing that you had, this is crazy. It was so good you broke down. Another thing that you broke down um, is the past and the future. She literally broke down all four of them. Uh, because the definition of the past is the moment before you write or you speak something into existence. That's your past. And the future is the moment right after you write or speak something into existence. That's crazy. Like literally, that's your past and your future. So if you saying, and she used the 7 figure term. So if you saying like I want to get 7 figures, right? And you wrote that and that's written. I want to go and get 7 figures. Well, that's the future that you're headed towards. But the moment you say, you know what, I just need enough money to just get my bills paid, that 7 figure thing went out the window, right? Now your future is you getting enough to pay your bills. Make sense? We got it in the chat. Power in decision. Like choices is strong, choices is powerful because a bad choice can put you in a bad situation. But a bad decision could derail your entire life. We got anybody else want to unpack that video? I'm gonna play it one more time too. Anybody else want to share their findings in regards to that video we just went through? All right, cool. Let me go ahead and play it one more time for those who missed it. For those who missed it, let me share my screen with y'all.
4 things you have to stop doing immediately. Most people ignore the last one, and I'm going to explain to you how the fourth one is stronger than you realize. 1, stop regretting the past. What's done is done. You can't change what's already happened, but you can use the lessons to move forward. 2, stop worrying about the future. Free yourself from worrying about the unknown future and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. 3, stop looking for your happiness in other people. True happiness comes from within, and when you find it, everything else falls into place. 4th, stop underestimating your inner strength. You're stronger than you think. Believe in your abilities and embrace your resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and grow. 4th thing.
Put stronger in the chat, y'all. If you stronger, if you know that you're stronger than what you believe you are, put stronger in the chat. You're stronger than you actually believe. The man says, stop worrying about your past. Look, if you missed the what do you call that? The definition. We just broke down the definition of the past and the future. If you missed it, the past is literally the moment before you write or speak something into existence. That is the past by definition. We can look it up. And the future is the very moment after you write or speak something into existence. So therefore, why will we worry about the past? We shouldn't worry about the past. Why? Because we can rewrite it. We can rewrite it. Like that's history. We can't go get it back. We can rewrite, we can change that. Right. And the same thing is the future. So if you ever heard the term like the past reflects the future, that's why they're one and the same. They're just in opposition. So if you can rewrite your future, or if you can continue to write your future, ain't no reason to worry about that either. Right. Ain't no reason to worry about that either. The future can always be rewritten. So the choice, the decision that you make should be like reset. Like I'm not gonna stop. Like yeah, I put up. I'm at a 7, but I'm not gonna stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and say a 10. She made a decision. She decided I'm gonna get to that 10. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? She could have said, "Well, I'm at least get to an 8. Like I know I'm at a 7 right now. I'm gonna at least get to an 8. Like I can't stay at 7, right? Unlimited though. I'm gonna get to the 10. I'm gonna say 10. I'm gonna say 10. So for all of y'all who came and you said you was on the 10, your mindset was on the 10 when you got here, we gotta decide to carry that 10 with you throughout the remainder of the day. Throughout the remainder of the day, right? And then I see Zaya said she like at 6.5 to a 7, right? We got to do whatever it is in our power to ensure that we get you to that 10. We got to get you to that 10. So whatever it is that you woke up feeling like, man, today really ain't it. Like you damn near was halfway. Like you was at the midpoint. Like it could have went either way. Like, but it's only one way it's gonna go, right? It's only one way it's gonna go. It's gonna go up. And we got room for it to go up. Anybody else got anything that they want to say in regards to that video? You want to speak on that video? How you feel? How that video made you feel? Right? Because
Um, I'll
uh,
speak. The video, good morning, y'all. I'm still raspy voice and all. I just got up. The video just it's reassuring for me. I'm in a space right now where I'm trying to move. And so a lot of those, at first I was moving full speed, and then it's like when you start telling a few people like your mom and your grandmom and shit, it's like everything starts to, make you feel like you can't do it or like you're less prepared than what you really feel. So yesterday I just kind of had to talk with myself and I was like, you can't worry about that. You can't engulf yourself in those things because for one, it will deter you. And for two, it's got you worried about a whole bunch of things that you wasn't even worried about when you made up your mind, you said that you wanted to move. So it's like, then the past comes back, and it was just reassuring. Like that's just what I needed to hear to continue on to making the decisions that I'm making, reassuring myself, my environment isn't where it needs to be right now. So keep speaking life into myself and keep moving towards the future and not worry about, what I failed on or what I'm not doing right now because I'm working and all this other stuff. So it was just reassuring. It was comforting for the morning, um, putting me back on T of just things that I need to get up out of my head because I slowly been slipping into that this past week and it's was not cool. So yeah, that might not be more so mindset, but it was reassuring for me.
nah, for sure. Love that. I love that. Reassurance is key. But remember, y'all, like the word decision, the word to decide, like it literally means to cut off. So when we make a decision, that means we can't really have our cake and eat it too. Like, because whenever we decide
Yeah,
something, something else is getting cut off, right? So
yeah.
we got to be okay with that. Like, I made this decision. That means like the rest of that, like, even though I
It's
want to sort it
like
out, yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
over with.
can't worry about this. Like I'm pushing forward. They like, what about this? What about this? What about? And I'm like, God, I'm thinking about that, but I just gotta go. Like this really ain't on you. I feel like I'm being obedient to, the Most High right now. Like He said, move. It doesn't matter when I'm gonna want to do when you gonna want to make a big leap in your life. It's always gonna feel the same. So it's like just not more so being worried about the things that I'm gonna fail on because I'll be worried about that anyways. I'll be wanting stuff to be perfect. I don't want to have no hiccups, no nothing. I just want smooth sailing, and it's not gonna be like that. It ain't gonna be like that no time in life. So it just go get it and go. Put that shit in drive.
That part. Even when you drive, and remember, it's multiple gears. At sometimes we got to slow down, we got to press that brake. At sometimes we got to stop. Even when we driving, sometimes we got to go left,
That's
right,
good. That
right.
was
So it
ooh,
ain't
that
no
was
one speed.
good.
Yeah. Sometimes we got to speed up, we got to slow down, but it's the direction. It don't change,
Yeah,
right? It don't
nah,
change. It don't
it's a
change.
go. I made that decision for real, and true, I did slow down a little bit with my searches and stuff like that. So you ain't lying. Rain be on it, boy. Rain be damn saying some shit that make your ass just feel like a light bulb that went off.
Nah, but
But
that's the power. That's the power of like GPS though. Like to be honest, y'all. Like we need life GPS, right? That's why we have coaches. That's why we have mentors. That's why we have circles. We have people that we can tap into, we can pour into. Because just imagine if you had to go somewhere, you didn't have that GPS, right? See, you too young to remember. Like back in the day, we used to have that Griffey note. Look, back in the day, we
no,
used to
it
have
used to
that
be a big
map.
ass map.
Yeah, we used to have that
You
map.
too young. Like I used to have that
You
map
see
every
what I'm
road
saying?
trip.
You gotta pull over and look, it's just crazy
It'd
because
be
you gotta put your
stupid.
trust in complete strangers. You be driving, you be lost as hell, you wasting gas. Now, don't be wasting gas today when gas is so high, right? You be like, hey, y'all know where such and such is? They be like, yeah, you go down that way, you make a left, you gonna see this big red building. As soon as you see that building, you gotta remember all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, okay. You done got lost again. You see another stranger. Hey, excuse me, sorry to bother you. Do you like we ain't doing that today though, right? In 2026. But the power of just having the GPS, it makes life so much better. Like somebody that been there, like know where you going. Like you could just tell me this exactly how to get there. That's extremely important, man. I appreciate you sharing that. I love the honesty because that's the only way we're gonna grow is if we being honest with where we at. Um, Top of the morning to everybody in the chat. If you just got here, we're talking about decision today. Um, and I'm gonna play this video. I see I got a couple of hands raised. I'm gonna get to y'all, but before we get to y'all, I'm gonna play the video one more time for those who didn't see it because it is very powerful. And I want y'all that even though y'all got here late to go ahead and get something out of this video. And if you don't mind, put in the chat for us on a scale from 1 to 10. Like, where's your mindset at? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how you feeling this morning?
Things you have to stop doing immediately. Most people, four things you have to stop doing immediately. Most people ignore the last one. And I'm going to explain to you how the fourth one is stronger than you realize. One, stop regretting the past. What's done is done. You can't change what's already happened, but you can use the lessons to move forward. Two, stop worrying about the future. Free yourself from worrying about the unknown future and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Three, stop looking for your happiness in other people. True happiness comes from within, and when you find it, everything else falls into place. Fourth, stop underestimating your inner strength. You're stronger than you think. Believe in your abilities and embrace your resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and grow. Four things you have to stop doing immediately. Most people ignore the last one, and I'm going to explain to you how the fourth one is stronger than you realize. One, stop regretting the past. What's done is done. You can't change what's already happened, but you can use the lessons to move forward. Two, stop worrying about the future. Free yourself from worrying about the unknown future and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Three, stop looking for your happiness in other people. True happiness comes from within, and when you find it, everything else falls into place. Fourth, stop underestimating your inner strength. You're stronger than you think. Believe in your abilities and embrace your resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and grow. Four things you have.
Learn, grow, and grow. Learn, grow, and grow. All right, y'all. Let me see. My chat disappeared. Oh, excuse me. I see I got a couple of hands up. Dominique, we're gonna allow you to speak. If you not registered for the mindset, right, and you just got here because you may have got an email or something like that, it's a link in the chat where you can go ahead and register so you can continue to get those reminders. And then I'm also gonna leave our Telegram chat group in the chat. If you're not inside of our Telegram group already, you can go ahead and join us. We do this every single Monday morning, amongst many other things. But Dominique, I'm gonna let you go ahead and come off mute, and then I'm gonna let Coach Reed take us home if you don't mind.
Okay. That definitely hit home because from the last 2 weeks to this week, I made a major transformation. Why I say that? Because I was trying to make someone else happy. And in that moment of trying to make sure their needs was met, I wasn't making sure I was good. That person was good, their needs was met, but mine was slacking. Um, Another thing is doing that, it affected me major. When I mean major, my credit, everything. Um, Even myself, me mentally. And I took it day by day. I stopped worrying about that person. I was like, you know what? I can't change what happened, but I can move forward. If this is what happened, I know I can change this outcome because I'm moving to change what messed up or what had messed up. Um, Another thing I want to say is I'm not no longer trying to make anything perfect.
Mhm.
I'm just going. And it's something that's inside of me that's telling me like what I'm going through and once I want to stay steady, but I can't. Something is telling me keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And as I keep moving, blessings have been coming. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Each day, different opportunities, business opportunities. So, and I also have support on the back end. Thank you. And it's helping me each day. So that definitely at home. I'm an emotional person, and me, look, I gotta get off camera.
Yeah,
But just for me to speak about what I was going through and tell y'all what I'm overcoming and still overcoming is a blessing.
for sure.
So that hit home.
And look, first of all, I appreciate you sharing that, right? Um, because when there's growth in you, there's growth in others, right? And it's contagious, right? So when we express those things, those emotions, those realities that we experience, like a lot of times others get to resonate with that stuff, right? And this is the very first time that I ever seen in real time. Like when I hear the saying, like, "Oh, I gotta laugh to keep from crying." I just literally watch you laugh to keep from crying. Um, but it's okay though. Like sometimes we don't cry enough, right? We don't cry enough. And they say that that's soul cleansing, right? Because when them tears get off, when them tears break out, like we don't get to pull them back in. So we don't have to hold them in because that's a matter of us. Like, man, I made a decision. I decided to grow. I decided I'm not gonna sit in that because we're not gonna cry forever. That's one thing for sure. Two things for certain. We're not gonna sit there and cry forever. But when it's that moment, when it's our time, like we gotta let that stuff out so we can continue to heal. And now you have been growing. You know what I'm saying? And from the things that you share with me, like it's a lot going on. But the decisions that you continue to make to put your best foot forward is everything, right? And ultimately, that separates the people that lose from the people that actually win, like 100%, 100% for the people that win. So like I really do appreciate that, man. And just keep being strong, just keep showing up, just keep being present, like you said, for you. Right? You already know what it felt like for you to get that power to someone else. You already know how that can have your life spiraling out of control, right? Those things are dangerous, but when you make the decision, like, nah, I'm gonna do what I need to do for me. Can't nobody take that from you because you own that, right? You own that. And only you can get out of the way. Can't nobody rob it from you. Can't nobody take it from you. Can't nobody steal it from you. Sierra, good morning. Thank you for joining. I see you. If you don't mind,
Morning.
put your preferred, like how you feel on a scale of 1 through 10. You can let it drop it in the chat, 1 through 10, how your mindset feeling this morning. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Dominique, and then Coach Reed. Before I let you take over, I'm gonna go ahead and address Laquan. Said he had a 5. He just trying to stay present. Look, we don't try, we do, right? There's no such thing as trying because you're doing or you not doing, right? So when we say we trying, that's like somewhere in between. That's the gray area. Like can't nothing stop you from doing but you. So whatever it is that would have you feeling like you're trying, and maybe that was the choice of words. Like I'm just use this word to express where I am right now. But last week we discovered, I mean, we went over choices, and today we going over decision because the decision come before the choices, and it's so much powerful. So our choices, everything that we do, even the choice of the words that we choose to use, um, have power over us, have great weight over us. So wherever that is, brother, you being at a 5, I just sincerely hope that it's elevated, right? I hope that it elevate from then to the time that we get off of this call. And just as a reminder, we do this every single Monday for those of us who need to get motivated. But this is a mindset movement, right? Mindset is bigger than motivation because we can get motivated for a period of time, but we want to stay that way. Like, I don't want people to get off the call and it's like, that was cool, I was uplifted, and then you get off the call and then the world start beating us up, right? We start running into things that bother us because we already been irritated. We didn't have enough time to to center ourselves, right? To get back into our real reality. Like, I don't know where you at or whatever you may be doing, but maybe you have a workplace that you got to go to. Maybe your boss may say something crazy to you. He might just knock you off your trajectory, right? We want you to stay and remain in your square. So that's why it's powerful. It's power in the community that we in. Um, and then for those of us again who hasn't registered, the link is right there. I'll go ahead and redrop the link right now so you can register for the mindset call so you don't miss the uh, the reminders. And then after Laquan, we had, where was it at? I think it was Lorenzo. Yeah, it was Lorenzo said he was at a 5-2. He said, but I'm at an 8 after getting on the call. Man, I appreciate that. And I appreciate you sharing that, right? Because that's just a testament to like the growth that can happen, and it can happen like so fast. Like, all we need sometimes is like some positivity, right? It's so much negative things going on in the world for us to take the time to plug out just for a minute, like just for a second, just to tap into that energy that we can harness, that we can carry around us. We always hear about how energy is powerful, right? We don't know it till we experience it. We really don't know it until we like fully experience that energy that is around us, right? And some of us never have the opportunity to actually tap into that. We're like energy, vibrations, like those things. But I'm telling you, I promise you, I assure you, like the energy that is in this room, if you hold on to it and you lock in with it and you go out there in the day, it's like, can't nothing bother me. Like, I'm centered. Like, I'm full. I got everything I need. I got poured into this morning. I'm not gonna let nobody spill my cup or knock my cup over. I'm not gonna give away what I have, right? That's the power of energy. So that's the power of like being inside of the room. Bree, you just joined us, you joined us late. On a scale of 1 through 10, let us know how your mindset is feeling this morning, how you feeling this morning. Um, and then I am going to go ahead and play the video one more time that we're dissecting today. We're talking about decision, right? Our decisions is very powerful, or they are extremely powerful. The decisions that we make can change the trajectory of our life. Griffey says, shielded by a winning spirit. I love that. I love that. I love that. And if you're not registered for these calls and you would like to have reminder for the call, the link right there is in the chat for you to sign up. And then you will get these reminders for the call. And then for you, Dominique, you said you pulled up late. And for anybody else that pulled up late and you are inside of the community, let me just share my screen real quick. This is what the community look like, right? So when you go and you log in, when you log inside of the community, you can, first of all, if you haven't introduced yourself in the welcome, you can introduce yourself here so everybody know who you are, how they can network with you, and so on and so forth. You go to the courses section. Some of these courses are free. A lot of them are free for you to tap into. If you see something interesting to you, you can go ahead and tap in with it. But right here, these mindset, because this is a morning mindset movement, you simply open it. And this is all free, by the way. The joining community is free as well. But all of the replays is here, right? We're on week 5. So this is the first week, second week, third week, fourth week. They all here. And then the replay from this week will also be uploaded here before the end of the day. You can simply join the community if you haven't already joined. And if you already are part of this community, then you know exactly where to go. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Let me drop the link to the community in the chat for those who are not in the community. And then one last time, I'm gonna play this video, then I'm gonna let Coach Reem take us home. Was y'all looking at my screen? Was I just sharing my screen or no?
You were and it disappeared.
Okay, cool.
To stop doing immediately. Most people ignore the last four things you have to stop doing immediately. Most people ignore the last one. And I'm going to explain to you how the fourth one is stronger than you realize. 1, stop regretting the past. What's done is done. You can't change what's already happened, but you can use the lessons to move forward. 2, stop worrying about the future. Free yourself from worrying about the unknown future and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. 3, stop looking for your happiness in other people. True happiness comes from within, and when you find it, everything else falls into place. 4th, stop underestimating your inner strength. You're stronger than you think. Believe in your abilities and embrace your resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and grow. 4 things you have to stop doing immediately. Most people ignore the last one, and I'm going to explain to you how the 4th one is stronger than you realize. 1, stop regretting the past. What's done is done. You can't change what's already happened, but you can use the lessons to move forward. 2, stop worrying about the future. Free yourself from worrying about the unknown future and trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. 3, stop looking for your happiness in other people. True happiness comes from within, and when you find it, everything else falls into place. 4th, stop underestimating your inner strength. You're stronger than you think. Believe in your abilities and embrace your resilience. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and grow. 4 things you have to
Right now. Go ahead, Coach Reem.
I'm not gonna get preachy or nothing like that because I know how I get. But I feel like decisions, beliefs, and your why all goes together. Because as soon as you make a decision, life is gonna start lifing. Like no other, right? You're gonna start getting stuff happening to you that you've never even heard of. And it's gonna hit you left and right and it's gonna make you want to break. But you have to look at your why, and your why has to be strong enough to keep going even when all of that stuff is happening. Because entrepreneurs usually will sit back and say the same thing. It's not even the business part of things that's hard, it's the mindset part because you have to heal from the things that you went through. You have to not focus on, hey, I want to make 7 figures and I want it to be now, especially because this is an instant gratification generation. And you have to really focus on the now, even when now things are messy and you might not have a job, or something may be happening with your car, whatever it is. Like you have to focus on what you want to do rather than what's happening around you, because it's so easy to get drowned by the noise. And you just have to look at it like, okay, things are going to happen, life is going to happen, but where I'm going is more important than my feelings, because feelings are going to get in the way. You're going to want to stop. You're going to want to pause from everything. And you got to sit back and say, no, like if I stop now, then I'm going to have to start over. And starting over is so much harder when you have the guilt of stopping in the first place.
That's heavy. That's heavy. And that's so important. How she started, y'all, is how we gotta finish. She said our why, right? Our why. All those things that tied into that decision, but the one of the most important things is your why. I'm sure we all heard it before, right? Like they always talking about a why. Like your why is so important. Look, no, you will really understand when you really find your reason why. Because the reason why you do something, whatever it is that you do, it has to have a why behind it. And if you don't understand what that why is, you need to figure that out like sooner than later. So if anything, like the decision should be to find my why. Why do I do what I do? And apply that to every single thing that you do. Like, why am I doing this? Like, why does this matter? Why am I angry? Why am I happy? So I can reproduce that, right? Why? Why am I here right now? Why? Why is so important? A reason, a purpose, and an understanding. No, for sure, for sure. And let me, for those who are not in the Telegram group, let me also put the link to the Telegram group in the chat. That's just our quick conversation. We get quick updates, we get quick activity. It's the room of growth and everything else inside of there, right? But before we go, like this week, I just want you to make one real decision, like not a choice, a decision. Write it down. Like, don't feel like you ain't got time to do this or you ain't got time to do that. Everybody got the time to just sit down for a minute and write something down. So just write it down. Make your decision, whatever that decision may be for you, whatever's been beating you up, like whatever one of those four things in the video that you can identify with, that you can resonate with, you've been doing them, you've still been doing them, and you need to get away from them. Just make that decision. Write that stuff down. And when you write it down, I want you to say it loud. Words have power. Say it loud. And then cut off the alternative, right? If you write down, you don't want, you're like, I'm not gonna let the past hinder me anymore. And you wrote that down, say it loud. I'm not gonna let the past hinder me anymore. And then you just cut off the alternative. If the past not gonna hinder me, right? Then you gotta let an alternative. There's no backup plan. You can't say that and then something happened to you and then you just linger on that. And then you stuck in the cycle of I can't believe this happened. This went down this way. I'm tired. I hate this. And it's just like yesterday, just like last time. It's just no. You have to let all of that stuff go. Not no. We will see. Just a decision. And then you come back next Monday, right? And you're ready to share with us what changed in the moment that you actually committed. Because there's power in commitment. And if you make that commitment, first of all, to yourself, you should want to go ahead and express that stuff to others to hold yourself more accountable. Because when you speak that stuff into existence, right, you got to own that. Like, how many of us like liars? Put it in chat. Let me know if you like liars, right? If you like liars, put I in the chat. If you don't like liars, put no. Like, put no if you don't like a person that lied, right? Let me see who all don't like liars. Like me, I don't really too much care for the liars, right? If you don't like liars, put no in the chat. Like, no, I don't like liars. I don't like liars. I see a no. Deontay said no. Bree said no. Right? So you make sure you talk to Deontay, you telling him the truth. You talk to Bree, you telling the truth. Everybody else like liars. You okay with liars? Y'all all okay with liars? Or your chat broke? Wanda said no. She don't like liars. There we go. Nope. Hell no. Look, hell no. No. Nobody like a liar, right? Nobody like a liar. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. Liars dismiss themselves. That's indeed. That's indeed. If you don't like liars, and I need you to love yourself, I need you to like yourself. So what I'm gonna need for you to do is stop lying to yourself, right? We already admit we don't like liars. So the first thing that we have to do when we realize and we identify with the fact that we don't like liars, you can trick yourself all you want to, right? But subconsciously, if you don't like that, you don't like liars. If you're a person that's lying to yourself, you don't like yourself either, whether you're willing to admit that or not. See, we give ourselves grace every chance that we get. But the reality is those strongholds, those stuck points, those things that we don't understand why we feeling the way that we feeling. It's because you probably been lying to yourself and you don't like that. You don't feel good when you go lie, right? Even to others. When you go lie to somebody else, how many of us feel guilty? Like, damn, I didn't even have to, like, damn, right? Or you did something that you're ashamed of, and it's like, oh man, I can't believe I just went ahead and told that story. Because here's the reality. When we do things that we ain't supposed to be doing, we do it in secret. We don't want nobody to know. You go steal, you do it in secret. You cheat, you do it in secret. We don't want to talk about none of those things, right? And the opposite is also true. You get an award, you want to show everybody, right? You got a good grade, you want everybody to know. You make some money, you want the whole world to know, right? But when you just fucked up your check, you don't want to tell nobody. You want to lie. Oh, it's good. Yeah, I'm all right. Stop lying to yourself, man. Stop lying to myself. Stop lying to myself. That's me talking to me, as well as talking to you all, right? Dominique, you got one more thing you want to share before we close out? Or was your hand still up?
Yes, yes. My thing is to use what I'm learning is that I can't tell everybody my movements or my happiness until I actually achieve it because everybody have their own opinion. And sometimes people opinion weigh on you and as you said, make you feel a different way or put you in a dump. Don't share your wins until you actually get your wins. Me, I'm working on my wins. Did I express it yet? No, because I didn't reach there all the way yet.
Mhm.
So celebrate your happiness, even with your kids, with yourself. You know what you're doing that's good in the way that you're supposed to be going. Don't let nobody or nobody decision or how anybody feel change about what you want to do.
Wow, that's so good. Hey, and the reason, hey, and one reason I'm glad you brought that up, one reason why that is so good, because not everybody want to see you win. I'm telling you, people will lie to you. They'll lie to your face, man. Not everybody want to see you win, right? And we hear this a lot. We talk about the fake love, the fake applause, the fake hand claps, and all of that stuff, and how we don't like that, how we don't appreciate that. But I'm gonna tell you, what's more dangerous than that is the real ones. It's the real ones, right? I'm gonna be honest. It's the real ones for two reasons. First of all, and I love this, and I'm gonna always say this, and I'm gonna always repeat this, is that people will stay close enough to you to participate in yourself, in your success, but they will stay far enough away from you so they don't have to contribute to your success, right? And those hand claps, they be real. They be like, congratulations, right? They be real. And another thing is that sometimes you get an applaud, you might get it too early and it might affect you in a way it doesn't need to affect you. You might not be done yet. But because somebody started clapping for you and made you feel good about it, you kind of take your foot off the gas. You kind of slow down a little bit when you wasn't supposed to, right? You start to your brain start to accept like, oh, I did great, I did great. And then that locked in moment, that willpower that you had, you just kind of let that stuff go, right? So you got to measure your success by the real success that is only determined by you because you made that decision, y'all. All right, we've been here over an hour. Usually these calls are 30 to 45 minutes. We've been here for an hour. I don't want to keep y'all. I know y'all got a day y'all got to go ahead and get into. Um, so I appreciate you all for joining. And speaking of decisions, I made a decision. I decided to be here every single Monday. I set a standard for myself. I say this on almost every single call. I set a standard that I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna pull up every single Monday morning. It doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter how I feel, right? There's power in this room. I already know that if I'm sick, if I'm not feeling too well, there's many people in here that I can say take over, right? Like Dominique, Coach Reem, like Griffey, like everybody in this room, right? Everybody in this room, I could literally go down a list, like Wanda, like Sophia, like Zaya, right? Big energy. Call Zaya big energy, man. She got the energy that'll just throw the room like wherever. Like it's crazy, right? So Mo, everybody in the room, Coach Tate, Deontay, everybody, Griffey. And for those of you, if you joined for the first time, man, we'll let us see you back. I hope that you continue to come back. But again, I set a standard, so it don't matter if I pull up and everybody else don't pull up. If it's one person in the room, I'm gonna pour into you like it's 100 of you, right? I'm gonna sit here and we're gonna go back and forth. And Bree said, never get complacent, and that is a fact. That is a fact. Oh, Big Zay brought her here. That's right. Welcome in, welcome in. Telegram link is in the chat. The community link is in the chat for the VIP room. You guys are all welcome to come. And also the sign up link for the replay. I mean, not the replays, but the registration for these calls are also in the chat. Having said that, everybody
Man,
go
can
ahead
I
and get
interrupt you?
ready.
Brisky? Brisky? Is that Brisky?
Go
Is
ahead.
that Brisky that done popped up? Girl, how
Yeah.
did you get here, girl?
Oh, shit. What she
Sorry,
said,
I
it's
just had
me.
to. I didn't mean to cut you off, Rain, but I
Nah,
seen
you
that name. I
good.
say Big Zay, huh? Hold
Yeah.
on now.
That's the type of energy I was talking about. That's the love we speaking of. We need that energy, y'all. Go ahead and take that with you into the world, right? Go ahead and take that with y'all, all y'all, man. Again, appreciate y'all for pulling up. Hope y'all pull up. See you guys next week. Continue to be great. Don't choose to, decide to have a great day on purpose, with purpose, like it's your purpose. Peace out, family.